Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to another how-to. Today I want to show some of the features of Superantispyware. Now, I've been using this program for quite a few years, actually close to 15, maybe 16 years. It's a real powerful tool. Actually, I have fixed over hundreds of computers with just this tool alone. Removing viruses, Trojans. It can also remove some of the harder Trojans that other programs don't remove by disabling them. So today we're going to talk about some of the tools. When you first open it up, this is the screen you come to. You got several system tools here that you can use. System Investigator, scan logs, which you don't really need scan logs unless you know what you're doing. File removal, if you've got a file that refuses to be removed, or sometimes they're hard to remove, especially the Trojans. You can come in here and you can use this file removal tool and slice and dice them and remove them. You got advanced scan settings, which usually you get this, you can set these up. Now, I don't recommend running high boost if you're going to be using the computer while you scan. But if you're doing a full, I always do a full scan most of the time, 90% of the time. And if you do use the computer while you're scanning, it will drag. Pages will slow load. Sometimes they won't load. So just keep that in mind. Use high boost is good if you're just going to scan it and walk away, like you're cooking supper or you're going to watch a movie. Put it on high boost and let it run on its own. You want to scan any files that's been modified since the last scan you ran, which in case however long it's been since you ran one, it can go all the way up to a year. If you happen to download something yesterday and your computer starts messing up today, you can just go back 1 or 2 days and scan what's been changed, and it'll make sure that was a clean download. There wasn't nothing attached to it. It's got all kinds of cool tools here. You can scan for browser tracking cookies. You can also scan inside zip folders. Now, some of these require you to have a professional version. I've got the free version. I've always used the free version. Now, I've got people that I've fixed computers for in the past, and I give them this program. They've got the paid version, and the paid version, hands down, is awesome. They've done an amazing job with the tool. But the free version works real good too. That's why I like the program, because the free version does what it says it's going to do. It's not no gimmick. There's no extra downloads. They don't piggyback nothing on it. It's a good, clean program to use. You can scan alternate data streams, all kinds of stuff here. I leave everything default. Now, like I said, if I'm going to be using the computer, I'll change it to low boost. Then over here you can modify and adjust because if you got a program that you use regularly, some programs Super Anti may detect and say they're bad. It could be just a bad download or a movie that you got from a friend that wasn't supposed to download. Stuff like that. It'll detect it and say that it's a bad program, and it might not be a bad program. It's just been cracked or hacked. So keep that in mind also. You can exclude files, like if you do have a movie and you know it's good, you know Super Anti is going to try to say that it's a bad movie or a bad program, you can exclude it. And you can detect threat removals. These are items that it has flagged. The program itself has flagged. It says that it thinks it's bad and it wants you to review it and see if it is or not. Actually, I can show you some of that. I haven't got nothing on this computer. I keep my computer. I haven't run this in about 71 days. Uh, my last scan. I started to run a scan earlier and I stopped it because I wanted to do a video on it to show y'all exactly what's going on with it. You also got your preferences here. You can start it with Windows. I don't let it start with Windows because it slows the computer down on startup, and I like my computers to start up fast. Uh, and it shows you can have it where it comes up with the window or it don't come up with the window when you first start it. You can right click. I leave all this stuff default because some of this stuff you have to have the pro version, paid version to use. Critical point scan is real good if you think you've got a virus or your computer starts acting weird and you're pretty sure that you've got something. Kids might download a game, a bad game, or you might get a bad movie download, anything like that. You can go in here and do a critical scan and it'll scan all the main points of the computer instead of scanning the entire computer. It's just a quicker scan. It's more in depth. It goes deeper than a regular scan does, but it only does the critical. When it downloads and stuff, logs, it'll check your logs, stuff like that. Then you can do a complete scan. You can make it, these right here, you can start scanning. You can decide how you want each scan to start automatically. If you want to do a full boost or if you want to do a full scan every single time, you can go in here and check the ones that you want. And you can also get alerts. And you can reset the default if you mess anything up. Install unwanted programs. These are what's called a PUP, potentially unwanted programs. They're programs that come installed when you install other programs. You might install a game and it gives you AVG, or you can install a game and it gives you this color picker program. Some of them, most of them are bad in my experience. I've been doing this for about 18 years. Most of those piggyback programs are bad. Just opt out of them if you can, decline, whatever you got to do. And if you do have to accept the program and you got to have that program that comes with it, then go ahead and install the program you need and then go into your Windows, add and remove programs. Easiest way to do that is I've got it tagged down here on my tool tray. Your control panel. But if you don't have it tagged, it won't be tagged unless you tag it. Come over here to your search and type in control, and it'll come up control panel right there. Now, when you first open your control panel, it's going to look like that category. Now, what you want to do is change that because you got limited selection here. Go ahead and click on large icons and you can open it up and see everything in the control panel. This way you can go in here to your programs and features, and that's how you access your add and remove programs. I've got a ton of stuff on my computer, but I do a lot of different things, so I need all these tools, and yes, I do use every one of my tools. But that's how you just go in and remove the extra program that came with the program that you had to get. Quarantine is just what it says. These are programs that's been set in quarantine, programs or apps that the program has flagged. It might be a Trojan or virus. If it's not a Trojan or virus, it's just a bad, it might be a hacked or a cracked program. You can come in here and reinstall it. Or remove it, delete it if it is a bad program. Use your own discrepancy on that and make sure that it is a good program if you flag it good, because once you flag a program good, spyware will not remove it again unless you tell it to. So always make sure the program is good before you flag it good. You can also come in here and do some registry repairs. I don't have very many of that. I've got another program I use for that. It's called GlarySoft. It works awesome also. It's a utility, GlarySoft 5 Utilities. It's an awesome program. It's another free program that I use. You can get the paid version of it also. I'll be doing another video on it coming up. You can also, if you've got a program that you can't remove, that it says is a bad program, malware, you can click on submit and add the file that you want, and it will, you can submit it and they'll investigate it, look at it, and add it to their definition if it is a bad program. That's what I like about it. You've also got a gaming mode, so it don't pull on your computer while you're trying to play a game. It won't pop up in your face and all that good stuff. Scan this computer is where you always start at. Now, like I said, I'm going to turn it on low boost because I'm doing a well, actually I'm going to put it on high boost because I'm doing a video, but I don't want to have to sit here. What I'm going to do is pause the video while this runs. I'm going to get it started, and I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to continue after it's complete. You got several different tools here that you can use. Check for malware. Now, some of these you've got to have paid version to use. Check for malware database updates. You always update your malware database before you run a scan. Always do that. And actually, you can do that right here. It tells you what version you're on, and you can click right there to check for updates. I just done that. You can it'll automatically close your active browser windows if you want it to, and you can delete your Windows temp files. Windows temp files will clutter your computer up and slow it down eventually. So periodically, about every 6 months or so, go ahead and clean them and start with fresh. You can do rescue scan. A rescue scan is when your computer becomes almost unresponsive and you know something is wrong with it. You can come click that and it will do a full scan and it will run full power. You will not be able to use your computer very well while it is running a critical scan. Then right here you got your active boost. If you don't want no boost, if you're going to be using your computer while you're scanning, go ahead and uncheck that and it'll run normal. You can check it and you can run low boost or high boost. High boost is faster but pulls more resources. Low boost is a little bit slower, but you're able to use the computer while it does it. You can scan your internet tracking cookies. You can scan inside zip folders, and you can scan recently modified folders just like you could in your normal settings, anywhere from a day to a year, depending on how long it's been. Over here you got the full scan, you got a quick scan, you got your critical point scan, and you can actually do a custom scan. If you know you just downloaded a program and you figured that program had a piggyback on it, you can customize your scan and only scan that folder. So, but now if you only scan that folder and it's got something else hiding somewhere else, you're not going to find it. So keep that in mind also. All right. Without further ado, we're going to go into a complete scan. I got a lot on this computer. First thing it's going to do is going to check for unwanted programs. As you see, I don't have any. I try to keep my computers clean. Don't download nothing I don't know. If I do download something I don't know, I download it in a virtual machine first and test drive it, see what comes with it, see what it does. Then, if the program proves safe, then I'll install it on my main machine. That way, if it messes up a virtual machine, I can delete that virtual machine. I'll take a snapshot before I do it, and I'll just revert back to the snapshot, reset it, and I'm ready to go. And I don't risk my main machine. While this is running, I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be back momentarily when it finishes. It'll take a pretty good while, depending on how much you got on your system. I've got a ton of stuff on this computer. So it always takes a pretty good while to run. All right, and we'll talk to y'all in just a little bit. As you can see, the first two scans have finished here. They run pretty quick. The file scan now is the only one running. It'll take for my computer. It'll take quite a bit of time for this one to finish. But the first two scans run usually pretty quick, and then it just depends on how many files you got and what all you've got on your computer. Depends on how long it'll take the last scan to run. So we're gonna go back to pause, and we'll finish up here in just a few minutes. All right, see y'all in just a few. Alright, it finally finished. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot on my computer. I try to keep my computer clean and updated. Uh, it's been 71 days since I ran this. Now, average user, I recommend you run it at least once a month. When you first get it, or if you get the paid version, it will run every day. I think that's a little excessive. Because some cookies you do want to keep on your computer because they help your web pages load a little bit better. But after a while, you get accumulated cookies, and it will bog and slow your computer down. I've got another program that I use to clean cookies, so I don't worry about it a whole lot. I just run this one when I feel the need to run it, or like I said, about once a month for the average user. I do a lot of design work, and I don't want to have to keep logging into everything every single time I go to a website or something. So I run it about every 3 months myself. Just depends on how much you use your computer. Base it on that. So, but once it's finished, all you do is come in here and you click continue. As you can see, it's got tracking cookies. Make sure all of these are checked. You got the little X mark. If you got a cookie or something that you want to keep on your computer, all you gotta do is uncheck it and just check the little thumbs up over here. You can look and investigate and see what each one of the cookies is. I just go ahead and remove them, because what happens is when you start visiting websites, it'll replace those cookies that you need. So there's really no reason just to leave them on your computer. Facebook is real bad about cookies. Facebook has a cookie that does not expire. They've got two cookies that does not expire, and that's dangerous. I don't like that. That's how they track and know where you're going and what you're doing. So keep that in mind, and kind of use your own judgment on that. But once you get done and you've got everything checked, just click continue down here at the bottom again, and it will prompt you to close your browser. And it is done. Now, if you have a Trojan or a virus found, at this point right here, it will prompt you to restart your computer. Yes, restart your computer, because you don't fully remove those programs until you restart your computer. Deactivate them, and then you restart your computer and it'll be fully removed. So keep that in mind, and just follow the prompts. I don't have to worry about that, so I am finished. One of the system tools that I'd like to talk about is the System Investigator. Now, this is a long process, depending on what you've got on your computer. You can come in here and you can see what is actually running on your computer and what's not. You can adjust these as you want. But just keep that in mind, and once you start, you can stop and come back to it later on, but man, it is a process to manually do. I've had to do it for several computers in the past and a couple of my own computers. But once you start, what it does is it shows you start up programs that don't start up, and you can turn off what you don't want. Unknown items you got to be careful with, because you don't know what they are. And like I said, if you don't know what something is, don't click on it. Just let the computer will take care of it on its own. Like this right here is a music program. That's for one of the new Windows. It's got a 54% upvote. It's got a 40% downvote. So I'm just going to leave that like it is. You can come in here and this is my registry items. As you can see, I keep it fairly clean. I keep my computer clean as possible. These right here are some unknown items. These are things that are running on your system. Anything you remove, a lot of times will be put back on your computer if it needs it. Some things, of course, if you block it, then it's blocked for good. So keep that in mind, and it may interfere with one of your games or one of your other programs from working. Just keep that in mind. But like I said, usually if it's got like a 80% or 90% upvote, then odds are it's a good service. If it's got 80 or 90% downvote, then odds are it's bad. Just go ahead and remove it. And when you do remove something, it gives you if you know something is bad and you remove it, it'll give you the option to type in why you're removing it, why you mark it downvoting it. Go ahead and type in your reason. That way it helps other users. And we can all help each other and protect each other. If you know something's bad, let other users know it's bad, and it'll help protect them from having to go through what you went through. Vice versa, anything they voted on, you can look at and you can get an idea. Is it good? Is it bad? And it helps protect you. So common courtesy, just go ahead and look out for each other, and we can all keep this internet fairly safe and fast and fun. I'm not going to go through this right now. Just showing you some of the stuff that the tools that you can do. These right here are your browser plugins. Then you got your installed applications. These are applications that you actually install. Adobe. I've got a couple of programs that most people don't have, like Amazon Workspaces. I do some cloud computing and some developing occasionally. I've got a couple of games that I play. And I'm also DJ, so I got the Firebird database. I would go in here and like this one, I'd go ahead and give it an upvote. GT Arcade, that's a good one. I play the games on it. GitHub, I know GitHub's good. Dungeons and Dragons, I know that's good. So I can come in here and do some of these and go ahead and get them out of the way. Discord, give it a thumbs up. Diablo 2, I'll go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Defiance, we'll give it a thumbs up. Just kind of use your own judgment, and just make sure that if you give it a thumbs up, make sure that you know what the program is. Don't just thumbs up something that you don't know what it is, because it may be something bad, and then you're telling other people it's good. So keep that in mind. And plus, once you upload it, Superanti won't bother with it no more. So if you upvote something that's bad, not only is it going to hurt other people, it's going to hurt your system too. So keep that in mind. This right here is services and drivers. These are special services that we've got. Some of these I know I can upload. Some of them I don't know what they are. If you don't know what it is, you can come in here and click the hourglass. Hover your mouse at the end and you'll see an hourglass, and you can investigate and see what it is. As you can see, it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Just like I said, use your own judgment. If you see something with a 90% upvote, then odds are it's good. If you see something with a 90% downvote, go ahead and get rid of it. This right here is your classes and your CLSIDs. These are your certifications and your licenses from different websites and different services and stuff. Use your own judgment on that. Don't, like I said, don't upvote something that you know is bad or something you don't know. If you don't know what it is, leave it alone. Desktop and startup taskbar. This is stuff that you can that's on you appears down here on your taskbar. I got a whole bunch of stuff on my taskbar. So just keep that in mind. This depends on what you're doing. You know what's on your computer, I hope. If you don't, like I said, don't upvote something you don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, just leave it alone. Some of these I know what they are. Blizzard is my games. Glyph is a new program. I'm not going to do anything with it right now. Handbrake is one of my developer programs. I'll use it. I'll go ahead and upload it. So just keep that in mind. Some of these I know what they are, like paint.net. Player launch, I know my player launcher, I know what that is. Sam's Broadcasting, that's for my DJ, I know what that is. That's for the Sam's Reporter. Superantispyware, see, it'll register itself. So you got to tell it that itself is good. But just keep in mind that anything that you upvote will be upvoted for other people to see. So this right here is your application data. This is what is saved on your computer from apps and services. And then once you get done here, that's it. It's got a whole bunch of stuff here. As you can see, it's got 750 items found. And some of these it already knows that it's good, like Microsoft. All Microsoft stuff, as long as it's straight from the Microsoft Corporation. Now, just because it says Microsoft does not always mean Microsoft, because a lot of these hackers and bad developers, they will create programs and try to trick your computer into thinking it's Microsoft, and it might not be Microsoft. So always look and make sure that it is really Microsoft. Now, all you got to do is, well, these right here, the computer already knows. But just because it says Microsoft over here does not always mean that it's good. So keep that in mind. These right here are a bunch of Twitch programs. I was going to see if I could find one of the Microsofts. That's that's from Battle.net. So just keep that in mind, and stay safe. If you got any questions, just put them in the comments below, or you can hit me on Facebook or email. I'm easy to find. Just look for Harley Chapin, and I will see you next time. Well, before we go, I want to do one more thing. You'll see it pop up every now and down here. When you go to, we're going to restore all the pages. When you want to download Super Anti, go to www. I'll put the link in the description below. All you do is go to www.superantispyware.com. You can get the free trial Pro Edition, or you can download the free edition. I suggest you go ahead and get the trial edition, because what it's going to do is it's going to give you 14 days free, and that gives you 14 days to make sure your system is clean and make sure nothing is hiding that might poke its little ugly head up. So keep that in mind. The free version, like I said, is awesome. It does a fabulous job, but if you can afford it and you do a lot, or you got kids and you don't know what they're downloading, go ahead and get the paid version. It is worth it. It's well worth it. And no, I'm not getting paid for none of this. These are programs that I use, that I've been using for 15 years or more, some of them. They are real good programs, and I won't recommend something that I've not used or something that I don't trust myself. I don't care how much they pay me. I'll go broke and lose internet before I suggest or recommend something that I don't use or something that I don't like. So there you go. And they've got a good support system in here. You got forums, you got tech support. With the paid version, you get full tech support, and they are real good with what they do. So, alright. And like I said, I will put the link in the description below. And as always, have fun. And if you like what you see, click like and subscribe, because I will be coming out with more videos. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.